The character of Deep Throat was all important in the early seasons of the show. He was the government man involved with the conspiracy who became Mulder's confidant.
Leave this case alone, Agent Mulder.
What?
The military will not tolerate an FBI investigation.
And he was killed off in the first season.
Trust no one.
But he was replaced by a character named X.
I want an answer.
There are no answers for you, Mr. Mulder. They only have one policy. Deny everything.
And then there, of course, is the ultimate villain in the X-Files, the cigarette-smoking man, sometimes known as Cancer Man. He is such a surprise. He appears in the pilot episode as a non-speaking character, and it took him about a year to ultimately actually speak his first word. And not until the second year did he actually have complete sentences.
Do you believe them?
Of course I do.
So, but he has become the devil who will not die, and Mulder and Scully's arch enemy.
If you're having trouble sitting on Mulder, Assistant Director Skinner, I'm sure you know we'd have no trouble.
With one major success now to his credit, Carter was soon looking for new, scary places to point his cameras, this time visiting the inner world of the serial killer.
It was a completely different approach than the X-Files, and I think people weren't quite prepared for what it was I was trying to do. I wanted to tell a story about the very human monsters. I wanted to tell a story about the serial killers and the psychotics and the people who are standing next to you in line at the supermarket. These were the kind of stories we really couldn't tell in the X-Files because we were sort of hemmed in by our paranormal approach.
I think that his rage was driven by his absolute conviction that the end of the world was coming. And that nothing, not even the taking of his classmates' lives, mattered anymore.
You get such a variety of tales with the X-Files. Millennium seemed to keep a very sort of narrow, focused point of view, and I think ultimately that's what made it not the hit the X-Files would become.
This scenario compelled the DoD to create the project codenamed Harsh Realm.
But the cutting edge is a hard place for a producer to repeat success.
Satellite cartography and other classified data. The creators of Harsh Realm have simulated a virtual reality where landscapes...
Harsh Realm, a series with an even more complex blend of intrigue and virtual reality, proved too obscure for its nervous backers.
By putting players in this simulated crisis scenario, we could protect With Harsh Realm, we were taking something that had not only never been done, a franchise that had never been used, but we were adding an element, a virtual reality element to it, which was a little bit of a difficult sell. You had to understand the concept in order to understand the series. So it was a very complex idea, and I think ultimately, because the series only was, there are only 9 episodes of the series, the network lost faith in it.
Is this a game? Am I in Harsh Realm?
You have to be able to have a batting average. You can't expect to go out and hit a home run every time. But of course, you always set out with that as your goal. But I realized, too, that what I do in doing a kind of non-franchise show and doing a different kind of TV series, I'm going to either succeed in a big way or fail in a big way, and I've got to be prepared to do that. And now it's, I feel like in my 3 times out in the last, going on 10 years now, my 3 times out, I think that I've had a wonderful success. I think I've had a moderate success, and I think I've had a good lesson in what is maybe pushing the envelope a little too much.